Alrighty, in this video I'm going to break down 4 trade setups over the past day. Personally, I took one of them, one nice win. The second one I would have liked to take, but there was no entry given. And then the last two still ended up being winners, but I personally did not take them due to reasons that I will go over. But yeah, this is the model, and let's go to the first one. So as you can see here, this was a win I had on NQ. What was this? Yeah, around early London session, 2 a.m. So this one was a 2-hour point of interest. So let me just get rid of, I'll just go back to the start. All right, so we'll start from the start. We'll get our point of interest on the 2-hour chart. So we have here this midnight 2-hour candle closing through this 10 p.m. candle, creating this point of interest, bullish point of interest, which we can look to get engaged with price at 2 a.m. And so there it is marked off. Next up, let's go to the 5-minute chart. Mark off my range. So I would say something like this, but then we have this current leg developing right now. So I'll draw it like that. And then of course we have a nice 5-minute FEG here, which is step number 3. And we've also got a nice obvious 5-minute swing low down here. So that is all the criteria met for a setup. Now we just go to the 1 minute and look for an entry. So as you can see, price tapped into that FEG, swept this low, and then bang. Nice, thick, juicy inverse fair value gap. Almost immediate reversal. So entry can be right there. Stop loss down there. I feel like you could go there, but that's a bit tight for my liking. Like the FEG is not that big. I think that feels safer. And let's watch that play out. And so I eventually got 2R out of this one. I believe if you just held on, you could have got a shit ton, because we were just, pretty sure we were just pushing all-time highs. Oh no, not yet. Close to it. But yeah, this one ran like a motherfucker. But happy with my 2R. What else was there? That's right. Yeah, so pretty much around the exact same time, gold had a setup as well. And it's pretty interesting because usually gold and NQ are inversely correlated. Like generally, if one's trending bearish, the other one will be trending bullish. But what's interesting is pretty much the exact same time. So as you can see here are the two charts side by side at the same time. Almost identical price action. So I'll go over the same setup on gold, but this one did not provide an entry on the futures chart. I know some people caught it on the CFD chart, but I don't trade CFDs, so that does not concern me. All right. So we'll get our point of interest. So bang, here we go. Got one there, there, and there. No, not there. That's it, these two. So I'll mark these off. Next, go to my 5-minute chart, and here is my current range from this obvious swing low to this obvious swing high. And then while we're here, let's mark off any FEGs or swing points. We can see we have a nice 5-minute FEG here and a nice swing low down here. Yeah, that's it. All right. So then on the 1-minute chart, as you can see, price engages both points of interest, taps into the discounted range discounted area of the range, below that midpoint 0.5 level. We then proceed to sweep both this swing low and that FVG, followed by a change in state of delivery. So there is also a teeny tiny FVG here, but that's a bit too small for my liking. Ideally, I want to see at least 1.5 points on gold, but that's just really small. So I did not consider that one a valid entry. But there is a pretty nice CISD here, and you do get the confirmation right there, but unfortunately, as you'll see, we just never get tapped into it, and price just runs. And that's okay. That's the cost of playing with limit orders and changing state of deliveries. Sometimes you're just not going to get it, but at least it's good to know the model played out. Everything worked as expected, so that is still good to see. And then later on that day, so this is 8 a.m. now, same day, there was another setup on gold, a change in state of delivery, which you do get tagged into. I personally did not take this one. I believe WolfZ in the Discord took this one. But yeah, let's go over it and why I did not touch it. So we'll start with the point of interest. Let's have a look. All right. So we're trading the 8 a.m. candle. So we're looking at these POIs. These Virgin Wicks get closed by this 7 a.m. Chad candle, creating these bullish points of interest. Yeah, so the first reason I don't like this is, as I go on my 5-minute chart, the most obvious range for me is, I would have to say this. And where we are right now, oh wait, hold on. No, I need to go back to the time of the entry. So, there. All right, now let's go to the 5-minute chart. Yeah, so here's our range. And I don't like how we're in a premium right now. So that's the first thing I don't like. Second thing is there's just no liquidity taken. So there's no FVGs here. There is this swing low, but I don't believe it gets tapped. Or does it? Okay, it does get taken out. So that's a good sign. Let me just mark that off. So you do get a 5-minute sweep. No FVGs though. Is there a 15? Okay, so there is a 15. Perfect. Nice. Okay, so you do have liquidity, but we are in the premium. And I just don't love how far down this stop loss has to be. And also the fact that there is no obvious wick as a drawn liquidity. So considering all that, I don't love this, but it does end up being a 1.5 hour winner if you do take it. But yeah, not perfect in my opinion because of no obvious drawn liquidity and premium. And there was one more I wanted to go over. So oh, that's right, this one, yeah. So this was an inverse fair value gap play at around 7 a.m. on NQ yesterday, Tuesday. All right, let's start with the POI. So I believe, yeah, this one was a 2-hour point of interest. So bang, let me get rid of these. As you can see here, Virgin Wick right there gets closed through by this 4 a.m. Chad candle. So from 6 a.m., you can start to look for entries if the bullish point of interest gets engaged. And I'll go to my 5-minute chart. Mark off my range, probably something like that. That looks most obvious to me. And of course, to go along with it, we have a bunch of 5-minute FVGs down here. So, perfect. Now let's go to the 1-minute chart. All right, so here is everything we can see for a setup. We've got 2-hour POI that gets engaged. We have huge 5-minute FVGs down here. And we are also into the discounted range, discounted section of the range. That always trips me up. And then finally, we have an inverse fair value gap. And so, no. So there isn't actually an IFVG. If you have a look there, no gaps, right? But if I go on the 3-minute chart, there is a 3-minute IFVG right there. As you can see. Yeah, I don't normally look at the 3-minute. I just looked at this setup because someone in the Discord pointed it out. Shout out to Core Philosophy. I believe he caught this one. Yeah, it was a huge trade for him. But yeah, I normally don't look at the 3-minute, so good on him for spotting this one. But if you're looking at the 1-minute, there is a change in state of delivery here. And so, right after this candle closes, there, you can set your limit order there. Stop loss down there. But I don't think you ever get tagged in on this, do you? Yeah, you don't get tagged in. But it does eventually run up higher and pushes to all-time highs. So, yeah, absolute monster of a trade. Shout out to Core Philosophy, because I believe he got like 14R or something insane on this one. But yeah, I did not catch this one. And that was it for yesterday. Those were the 4 trades I wanted to break down. Hopefully you learned something. Even if you don't, I enjoy making these. I feel like it's good repetition for me. It's like getting the reps in at the gym. Helps me build that pattern recognition, so I can see these patterns better in real time and execute better in real time. So yeah, if you happen to get something out of it as well, that's awesome. But otherwise, see you next time.